Hello, my name is Baladi, and today we're going to install a storage node, a way to rent out extra hard drive space and get paid in crypto. So, I have here a fresh install of Linux. All I've done is update it, but before we do anything in Linux, we always like to update everything. That's just the line that I use to update things. And remove all that. Good, we're clear. Now, before we start the node, there are two things that we need in advance. The first is a hard drive, and the second is an Ethereum address. First, here's the hard drive we're going to use. It's a 1.8, but we need to turn it into a drive. So let's sudo, we need to format it. Make file system, it's going to be an ext4, and it's in dev/sda. It's got a file system on it, but whatever. So there, it's got a new UUID that we're going to need because we need that to static mount it. Static mounting is just making sure the drive mounts every time the computer boots on. So let's get that to finish. So I like to use the right-click copy-paste on Linux, especially in terminal whenever I can, just because Control-C is also a stop process. Nano etc. Here we're going to get into the FS tab, so we can have it mount when the computer boots up. I think I can just paste, right? Yeah. And we're going to, I didn't do a, no. We need to make a directory. Make dir /mnt/stj1 because we're going to do more than one of that. So back to where I was here. Okay. UUID, pasting that in. We're mounting it at mount/stj1. That's where it is, and then ext4 default 0 and 2. Let's save that buffer. Blah 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 blah. Let's sudo mount a, and is it there? Hooray! Now we have the disk mounted that we want to rent out. Second is getting an Ethereum address. Let's just do that with MetaMask. Pretty easy. Come on. I'm just showing this so that we have it from beginning to end. I agree with that. Create a new wallet. Blah blah blah. No thanks. New password, okay. Yeah. Doesn't like my password. That's okay. Because it's just local anyway. Secure, yeah, the recovery phrase is super duper important. Yeah, set up the recovery thing. Super duper important. Okay, fine. And here is our Ethereum address. That easy. We are going to need that for later. So, let's get into some meat and potatoes. Storj Node setup. Okay, sign up and start a node. Here we go, changing this to dark prerequisites. Alright, let's go through it. Here we want one processor node per storage process. Not a problem. I think I have 8 on here. What? I like to use btop. It tells you a lot of things. One of them is how many cores you're rocking. I know a lot of things can tell you, but here we got 8 cores, so I'd be okay putting 8 hard drives on this. Let's open a new terminal. There we go. Gotta have a lot of bandwidth. We want Ubuntu. Let's see what I have. It's LSB release A. So I'm running this on the 22.04. Okay, great. Make sure you static mount the drive. Yep, already did that. Oh, I forgot that. They probably have a very good They're usually really good about, storage is good about explaining what you have to do. Yep, so I have that. Static mount, internet connection, power supply, get an authorization token. Okay, a web3 gmail.com. Yep. Here's the token. We're gonna save this. Also very important. Next step, port forwarding. So you need to have a DNS, is very useful. I'm just gonna go ahead and set this up. I'm gonna call it Hostarella at ddns.com. I don't have one. Signing up for Google. Web3 Boladi. There we go. I thought I created it, but anyway. Hostarella at DNS. There's that. Creating the host name. Hooray! So there's a way to have your set up this dynamic update client tool, and actually the directions here on the storage page are better than the ones on the no IP page. But the easiest way, just like they say here, is just do it in your router. This is just a super cool list. I like that they did that. But anyway, you got to get to your router. Let me do that. 192.168. Mine runs at that. It's a TP link. Get into that real quick. Now the port that it wants us to forward. Oh yeah, this is going to tell you where to go. Yeah. Then this is going to tell you what your computer's IP is. There's a couple ways to do that, but this is 113. We need to do 28967. So one thing that's good to do here on your router is to static your server. Here it is G14D. There we go. Okay. 113. It's there. But we're going to the not forwarding, port forwarding, adding that. We're calling it Stitch. And then the domain IP is this one that we're working with. Here we got the 28967, 28967, protocol all, enable, hooray. So now we're doing a congratulations, set it up to port forwarding. It can be more complicated than that, but QUIC, port forwarding. We don't have Docker or Storj Node to restart yet, but luckily it gives you this. This is how to like permanently do it. Oh yeah, version 9. Sudo that lets you do the command that you just did, except in sudo. So let's, or you can just change into sudo, but that's not a good thing to do, to change into root and do stuff. I'm just going to do that and exit that. Okay. No, we're not doing Mac. Create an identity. This is the thing that takes a while. Curl doesn't come on Linux, so you got that curl sudo apt install curl. Great. We're going to copy all of that, paste it in, and it's going to do some stuff. No. Hours or days. But here we're going to create an identity storage node, but we're going to create storage node 1. And this is the thing that can take several hours or days. It doesn't actually take that long. Well, it depends on your system. So I'll come back in a little bit and show you guys what it does, but to see what it's doing and to see a little bit more about the hardware I'm running, I like keeping this here. Gotta get to 36. It's running it pretty hard right now. It's an i7-4770S. S is the more efficient server. It doesn't run as hot. Yeah, it's a little bit slower, but 3.5, 3.6, it's okay. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. I think it's DDR3, 13, not very good, but it doesn't need to be. This is going to be the most taxing thing that these nodes do to the computer. So that's going to take a little while, and I'll just let it go for now. See you. Okay, it looks like we got really lucky and found it really fast. So it's important to save it and to move your your CA key, the unsigned identity. Next, we want to authorize the identity using the authorize that we got in one of the previous steps. Identity authorize storage node 1, and then let me get here. This, that, and then just go here. Authorize that. Hooray! It's authorized, and you should save that. Very important. Here's checking it. We should get a 2, 8. Oh yeah, good. Because here it doesn't have the 1 for our storage node 1, and then here same thing. We're gonna have to change this to storage node 1 because that's what we called it, and we get the 2 and the 3 as expected. Again, it should be quick, so you should do it. I'm not going to show you how to do it right now, but it's very important. Next, install the node software, blah 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 blah. Here we need Docker. Here's how to install Docker. Nice and super complicated. The dumb way to do it. I like being an idiot sometimes. Docker. Sudo apt install docker.io. I'm not really sure what the .io is all about, but it has always worked for me. There we go. Now we got the Docker. Next, we need the storage node container. Done, Docker. Thank you, Docker. There we go. Oh, no. Storage node latest. Come on. Hey, what? Oh, yeah, we got to sudo that. So, I always use the exclamation point, because I forget to do sudo a lot. Alright, now we got to configure it. Aha! This is all kinds of fun stuff to configure, but we're going to mess with that inside a notepad because we don't want to screw up what's going on in there. Alright, first, the source. Where we want it to come from is /home/G1 is the computer. name of the computer here. Dot local /share /storage /identity, and then this is Storj Node 1, and the destination equals that, and here is the source for the mount, and this is where we put our /mnt/stj1 is what we call it. That name is Storj Node 1. There. Now, when doing a long Docker run like this, sometimes things happen that it needs like permission for. I mean, don't do this with code you don't really know. I mean, I guess this is kind of code you don't really know, but I've just had better luck with switch it to root when running this. Okay. There. We've set up the storage node. Now we gotta run the storage node. Here's the run command, and let's edit it to our liking. Here we're using the same ports because we didn't change anything there. Here we need to use the computer's IP address, 113. The wallet, this is where we want to get paid. And here we're going to use the wallet address that we made. Wallet. Email. Because they do email you when the node goes down at gmail.com. The address, we are at Hostarilla. Storage, no, not 2 TB, because exit this, so let's be okay. We've only got 1.8, so I'm going to call it a 1.7. Give it a little bit of headroom. 1.7. 1.7. The identity directory. Here again, we don't need those quotation points. For the wallet, you do. I mean, you could try doing it without, but I've gotten paid with it, and that's what I am sticking with. And here is the source. And the name is Storj Node 1. There. That should be all. Sudo su. Let's paste all this, and then let's just check some stuff here. Okay, fine. If it all works, should be clean. Super clean. And we got this that tells us we are good. We're going to exit out of there, and then Docker PSA is sudo that tells us that it is up and running. Now, to check the status of our node, we're going to go to 192.113. Oh. 113.14002, because that would. All right. And we are up and running. Version 1.1103. And there you have it. I'll come back in a little bit and show you that it is working. These just take a minute to update. But yeah, we're online and everything is okay. Okay, well, now the node has been on for about 28 hours and 15 minutes. You can see that It's used about 300 gigs of bandwidth, and I got 250 gigs here that are being stored. This is the average disk space. This takes into account 30 days of the month, so it takes a while to go up and then starts off kind of low every month. And everything is up 100%. One more thing to do. Here, moving on, here we check the status, is the updates. So there's a watchtower that I love. Remembering to do, yeah, let's make this look a little more pretty. Sudo, and then put the thing in to get the watchtower. There we go. And we want it to auto update. I forgot to do the sudo. Let's just run it. It's gonna say permissions and should be good. Now we do the sudo docker psa to see what's going on, and we can see that the watchtower is indeed in there, up and running. And that's going to keep the Storj node updated. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Later on, I'll make a video explaining what storage is and how my other nodes are doing. Thank you, and have a great day.